Hi Scorpio, welcome to October 2018. Venus is in your sign, and that is good news. She does take her turn to reverse October 5th through November 16th. So with Venus in your sign and retrograding, it's important to be self-sufficient and to complete projects. So if there's any project that needs completing, October is the month to do it. Do not invest yourself in anything that's doubtful, any kind of doubtful project. This is not the time to play with fate. This is not the time to take any risks. When Venus is retrograde, it's a good time to complete things, to evaluate your finances, to evaluate your relationships, to evaluate your commitments and where you are investing yourself. But it's not the time to jump into something, especially if there's any kind of risk involved or doubt that the project won't be successful. With such a heavy Venus emphasis this month in your sign, past loves can return. So you could be revisited by a relationship from your past. Someone from your past could be coming back. And you definitely want to be careful around that. And remember, if someone comes back, well, why didn't the relationship work the first time? And why would we think it's going to work now? Just because someone wants you back or they want to be back in your life, what do you want? What's going to work for you? And this relationship theme is very strong here in October because of the Libra new moon on the 8th and the 9th. Libra rules relationships, and with the sun and the moon coupled together in Libra and its ruling planet Venus retrograde in Scorpio, there is a very big relationship theme happening for you as well. And that's why I want for you to, trust your instincts and don't jump over what your gut says, your soul, what you intuit right at the first get-go. It's always like that first message you get on a situation or someone, like that first 15 seconds. Whatever that message was, that's the truth of what's really going on. Now this is interesting because this is the new moon right before your new moon that will happen next month, is in the area of finishing things, working behind the scenes, completing things, but it's also the area of how we get in our own way. It's also the house of hidden enemies. So that's why I want you to be really careful who you trust. Just because someone wants to be your friend or partner with you or work with you or hang out with you or be with you, that doesn't mean that it's good for you and that they're loyal or trustworthy. So be aware that there's some, interesting energies going on here. Now, your ruling planet is challenging this new moon. Pluto is challenging the sun and the moon coupled together in Libra. And so Pluto is supporting you. So it's like Pluto has your back. So Pluto's going to be revealing things to you about people and situations. Maybe even secrets coming out. There'll be a lot of secrets that get revealed in October and around this new moon that some of it you may want to just keep your cards to your chest, keep to yourself. Might not be the right time to share. Mercury enters Scorpio on the 9th. This is good. Having Mercury the messenger moving forward here in October is very good. And having him in your own sign strengthens you. So you've got Jupiter working for you. You've got Mercury working for you. Venus is working for you. It's just that when she retrogrades, we get some lessons. And it's not about making commitments to things. It's about hanging loose and waiting until your new moon in November and when Venus goes direct on the 16th of November. definitely wait. And you know, when Jupiter moves on, Jupiter is definitely leaving you with a gift. Jupiter is going to leave you with a gift before he goes. And that could be prosperity, it could be abundance, it could be opportunity. It can also be self-knowledge. It could be something that you really learn about yourself that empowers you, that really strengthens you and helps you in so many ways that it's like, oh, wow, knowing that about myself now, that is really beneficial to know that about myself. I like it. There is many planets in Scorpio. And even when he goes into Sagittarius, then he's going to really expand your money and your prosperity, because you are Sagittarians when it comes to your money. So with Jupiter going in that area, that's going to be excellent. That's going to be awesome. And your co-ruler Mars is in harmonious energy flow with the Libra new moon, and that's good. And Mars in Aquarius, you know, that's where, you know, if you run a home-based business or you work out of your home, you know, you could feel very effective in your own space, doing your own thing, getting things done, completing things. Like, this is a month for you to be really self-sufficient and complete projects, because you're getting ready for your birthday. You're getting ready for the new solar year. You're getting ready for the new solar energy that is coming in here for you. So this is a time to finish things, complete things, but also take a look at how you're getting in your own way. How are you limiting yourself? How are you holding yourself back? Or how are you sabotaging yourself? We all have a 12th house. We all have ways we sabotage, get in our own way, hold ourselves back. How do you do it? And it could be about relationships, like maybe you rely too much on other people, or you could, you know, it could be this part of you that is relying too much on others, and that, you know, gets in the way of you really trusting yourself, empowering yourself, and building from yourself. Doesn't mean we don't have relationships. Of course we need relationships. But having Libra on that part of your chart, you know, can speak to, you know, the Achilles of the, you know, how you can sabotage yourself, you know, by, you know, being, you know, too dependent on particular relationships, maybe even codependent in relationships that are actually taking away your power rather than empowering you. That's a thing to think about, and it's not for everyone. You know, it's you know, some of you, and this is the time to do that house cleaning. This is the time to get ready for your birthday cycle. This is the time to clean house. Clean out the closets of the mind. Clean out the closets in your house. Get organized. Venus retrograde is a great time to get organized, complete things, throw out what you don't want, throw out what's not working. Don't do a beauty makeover now. Even though Venus is in your sign, and typically it's a great time to do a makeover, not when she's retrograde, because you could go out and do something and then realize, oh, I don't really like it. I don't want my hair this way, or I don't like these clothes. We can, you know, like things while she's retrograde, and then when she goes direct, not like them anymore. So you want to wait on that until she goes direct, and she's going to dip back into Libra just a bit at the end of the month, go direct in Libra, and then she's back in Scorpio. But I'll talk more about that when I come back to do November, because that'll be the time where she's really in your sign, and that would be the time for you to do that, you know, makeover, change your image, you know. But this is the time to just think about it. This is the time to finish things up, whatever needs finishing up from this year. What haven't you finished? What needs finishing? Now's the time to finish things. And the sun is going to exactly square Pluto on the 12th. That could be a very revealing day for you. That could be a time where truth comes to light. Something comes to light. You know, and for some of you, you may be feeling like, you know, family is bugging you with all kinds of requests and their desires and what they want and what they need. You know, that's another theme in here this month where you're feeling, you know, burdened by other people bothering you. But what I mean by other people is family members bugging you, you know, with their questions, with their desires, with their requests. And that's where you want to say, you know, I got my own work to do. You know, you need to figure that out for yourself. And I have full confidence in you that you can do it. And they will. Now, the sun enters Scorpio on the 23rd. So happy birthday for those October Scorpios. This is good. And then the next day, on the 24th, we have the Taurus full moon. So the sun moves into Scorpio and the moon moves into Taurus, and we're at the full moon. Now this is a very interesting full moon. I like it. It has Saturn in harmonious energy flow with both lights. He's trining the Taurus moon, and he's sextile the Scorpio sun, and he's sextile Venus. So the 24th is a really good time. The full moon is a good time to negotiate what you want, especially with family members. Now, there is something weird in here, though, and that's Uranus. Uranus is sitting right next to the moon. And Uranus has entered that area of relationships for you. And so with Uranus in Taurus, you've had to deal with maybe a partner wanting more freedom, or a partner acting weird or strange, unusual. This is Uranus, the energy of Uranus. And really at the core, it is you that wants more freedom in your relationships. You really do. And when we're not consciously aware of something like, I want more freedom in my relationships, what happens is we project it out, and then it comes back to us through other people, whether they distance themselves from us or we distance ourselves from them. But the bottom line is, when you get to the heart of the matter, it really is you that wants your freedom. You want more freedom. Emotional freedom, physical freedom, spiritual freedom, financial freedom. And that is going to be brought to light at this full moon for you, because it's happening in the area of relationships. Another thing to watch out for is if your nervous system is on overload at the full moon, because Uranus is electricity. It rules electricity. And it's sitting with the moon, which is water, and opposing the Scorpio sun, water. And so we can really be, you know, like when we've had too much coffee. Wah! So be aware of, you know, overloading yourself this month, particularly at the full moon on the 24th, you know, and make sure to watch your caffeine intake, get plenty of rest, you know, take time for yourself, meditate, you know, do nice things for you, so that you are feeling more grounded and not overwhelmed or overloaded by the energy happening this month. Both moons are pretty powerful. The Libra new moon on the 8th and the 9th, and the Taurus full moon on the 24th. There can also be like sudden emotional shifts for some of you, where for some of you, you might just feel like, I'm out of this relationship, or I'm out of this situation. I'm done. I've gone as far as I can go, and I need to shift in here. That could be a theme for you too at the Aries full moon, and Saturn is totally supporting it. Like whatever happens, it's destiny, and Saturn is supporting it, because Saturn is in the area of communication and conversation, thinking, writing, speaking, and he is, you know, trining that moon and sextile the sun and Venus at the time of the full moon, which is all about building new structures and strengthening you and finding new ways to communicate and expressing yourself, is, you know, about building lasting structures here with you, and using your communication skills to speak your truth and ask for what you want. And don't be surprised for some of you if you get to this full moon and all of a sudden you just like, I want out of this relationship, or I'm done with this relationship, or we need to change the relationship. We need to change how we are relating to each other, or I need to change my clients, my customers, my patients, how I work with people, how I work with my public. I need to change how I'm doing it. I need to change it up. And that's okay. That's absolutely appropriate, because full moons bring to conscious awareness what's been brewing beneath in the subconscious that we're not necessarily consciously aware of until all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I really do need a change. I need to change how I'm doing this and how I'm going about my relationships. And it could be not just your intimate relationship, but all relationships. Like, you want more freedom in your relationships. Maybe you've been letting people be codependent with you. You're a very strong sign, and people like your power. And so maybe you've been, too generous with people or too overgiving with people. And maybe that's being brought to light here in October, where it's just like, I'm tired of doing all the work in this relationship, or giving, and I'm not receiving. What's up with that? How can I change this pattern so that I'm receiving more and getting my needs met, getting what I want? And that's good. I think that is another bolt of lightning in here with you in October as you make the transition into your birthday cycle, and really thinking about, well, what is it that I want to create in this next solar year? Your birthday from 2019 to 2020. What is it that I want to create? What do I want to see happen? What do I want to build? What am I building? But be careful who you trust in here this month, because some of these energies are very deceptive. Retrogrades can bring deceivers, and the new moon in the area of hidden enemies. It's interesting. The 7th house, which is the area of marriage and partnership, it's the house of open enemies. So we've got open enemies, we've got hidden enemies. And with Venus retrograde, we can be trusting the wrong person. And even though you're so instinctual and you're so psychic and intuitive, you're very good at figuring people out. You get your test too, and this could be where, you got to be careful in here who you trust, especially the ones that are coming in, this is the charlatan energy, where they come in and they're like, oh, I've got this great project for you to work on, or I've got this great, whatever. And it's like, wait a minute, is this really great? Or are they just full of baloney? And so make sure that, you're not eating the baloney, that you're just like, okay, let's just take a wait and see. Because really this is the time for completion and getting ready for your new cycle. It's not the time to launch into a new project, a new business venture, a new business opportunity. That'll come next month and in December and then 2019. This is the time of finishing up everything you haven't finished in this year, in October. It's the time to be, clear with what you want, speaking your truth, setting your boundaries with other people, setting your boundaries with family members. And, past loves are going to return here with you. So people from your past are coming back. And it isn't just like, past lovers. It can be, friends too. Past companions are dropping in. With Venus and Scorpio, people are thinking about Scorpio. And so it's like, where's my Scorpio friend? And so that's fine. If people are coming for a visit to say, hey, how you doing? You want to hang out? It's an excellent month for that. It's an excellent month to meet up, hang out, chew the fat. Chew the fat! But not make any commitments, not make any life-altering changes. And even if you do decide that you want out of a relationship or a situation, wait until Venus goes direct. I mean, if it comes to that at the full moon, you got to do what happens, because it's probably out of your hands. That's the law of a detachment. When it begins, it's always right. Who shows up is always who's supposed to be there. What happens is the only thing that can happen. When it's done, it's done. And so, there are going to be things that happen that are out of our hands, which is destiny and fate. And, but if you're mulling it over, like, oh, should I leave? Should I stay? You can wait till Venus goes direct, because then you'll know for sure. This is exactly what I want to do. This is what I've been thinking about for a couple of months. Now I'm ready to do it. Now, I love Halloween this year. We got the sun in Scorpio. The moon goes into Leo. Leo is a play sign. It's a fun sign. It's a celebratory sign. Mercury enters Sagittarius on the 31st, Halloween, another party sign. Venus opposes Uranus. So there could be, again, some surprises here with you on Halloween. But it could be a fun surprise, and it could be a time where, I don't know, maybe you dress up as your shadow side, and it's really revealing. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, I really do like to be, the axe man, the chainsaw guy. Maybe I really like it. And then, of course, Venus re-enters Libra on the 31st as well. So for those of you open for love, whoever comes in and whoever comes to you, and I do see them being brought to you, they're from your past. Now, if you're meeting them new for the first time, they're from your past lives. And you'll know that because you'll feel the connection, they'll feel familiar, and have fun, celebrate, enjoy. It's just don't make any commitments. Just see where it goes. See, and have fun. Get out and have some fun, especially on Halloween. That is going to be a very festive, fun Halloween. For those of you committed, you might even feel like you're ready to be committed by that Taurus full moon. And, maybe your partner is going through a lot of growth and experience, change that can feel, where they're just like, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? And you're just like, no, I can't. You need to learn to do that for yourself. And when you do, you'll be really good at it. I have faith in you. Let them know nicely that they need to, if they're getting too codependent with you, that they need to be doing things more self-reliance. And, just go with the flow, this is a time of sudden emotional shifts for you where you just might be like, I want a new relationship. I want to be with someone new. And just hang loose on that. See if you still feel that way next month. Because you might, but you may not. And Venus goes direct. That's the catch with Venus. And she changes. She rules love and relationships. How we feel can change. Money looks good. This is a financially good month for you. And that's good, is financially things are good and things are moving forward. Mercury's flying forward, which is good for money, good for business. Mercury rules the money you make from the business you own and the money you make from the company you work for. And Saturn rules your personal money, and Saturn is in harmony with the Taurus full moon, and he's direct. And so, financially, strong time for you. Financially, good month for you. Jupiter is getting ready to leave. He's going to bless you as he leaves, but he's going into your money house, which is a big hit in the money belt, which will be all of 2019 and most of November and December. So, you're coming up on it, and that's good news. Career, is not the time to take on new projects, not the time to play with fate. It's a really important time to be objective. Be very objective in what you're doing. Be very objective in your decision making. Spiritually, this is an excellent time for you to be, working on your own, doing your own thing, connecting to source energy, getting out in nature, taking time to meditate. All of that will really connect you to yourself so that you're making right choices for you. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plusing my videos. Scorpio, you are rocking awesome. And thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps to support the channel and it lets you know when I upload. And I also created the Venus retrograde cheat sheet. That link is below in the Show More section. You can get it at my website. So until next time, Scorpio, finish things up. It's a really financially good month for you. Take good care of you. Set those boundaries and get ready for your birthday.